Hey you guys, this is Rafael. Greetings from Tennessee, where it is definitely August in Tennessee. There's 900% humidity, sun's beating down, but hey, we're sitting up and taking nourishment. That's a good day. I hope things are well where you're at. I know a lot of people have had some crazy weather here lately. I keep a good thought for all of y'all every day. And today we're going to talk about a gun that a lot of people say is the most streamlined and advanced looking percussion Colt revolver of the Civil War era. This one is what's referred to as the Model 1862 Colt revolver. They've got a nickname that has nothing to do with who they were intended for or any of their purpose. Forever, they've been called the police revolver. They weren't specifically made for police, but that's just what people call them. And so they're known as the Colt Police Model 1862. You can tell them a mile away because they look basically like a standard 1849 model Colt pocket revolver, but they're a little stylish. They've got more of a rounded barrel like the 1860 Army. They've got a fluted cylinder, meaning instead of the cylinder just being round, it looks like this. And it's fluted. It's just a really pretty smooth look to the whole gun. Inside one of those flutes, on most of them, not all of them, but most of them, you can see the September 10th, 1850 patent. And that you just see on some of them, not all of them. So don't expect it every time. The guns, they fire a 36 caliber bullet instead of that 31 that the Model 1849 fires. So it's got a lot of power to it. It packed a punch. They made these guns at the Hartford factory. On the top of the barrel, most every time you'll see the New York location, and that's the location of the sales office. It's not where they made the guns. They were all made basically in the Colt factory in Hartford. The barrel lengths, that's important on these because they range from 3.5 inches, which is rare. That one you see very rarely, up to 6.5 inches. And the 6.5 inches version always been one of the most popular ones. With Colt, they were privately purchased, so you could get them set up any way you wanted. If you had enough money, you'd get it any way you wanted at Colt, because Colt was one heck of a businessman. And the company stayed that way even till today. The serial numbers are very important on these because they made them from 1861 until 1873. Civil War people like it to be below, I think it's 32,000 range by the end of 65. So you want to see that 30-ish range and below if you want to say you've got a Civil War one. Colt was real good on their serial numbers. If you notice, they put them on the frame, barrel, back strap, on the cylinder, on the wedge, usually on the loading lever. They're on several things, and you want those to match. If they don't, it affects the price on a Colt a lot, because you got to remember, when they make 48,000 or something, the more true to the original configuration, the better. And speaking of the original configuration, these guns, because they were making them in a time frame where percussion guns, meaning that it used a nipple and a percussion cap, which was a lot harder and a lot slower way to fire a gun, they were being phased out and replaced with a metallic cartridge gun, where you cock it back, fire it, and then you go on. These guns, the sales, even though it was a great gun, stylish for the time, great gun, they didn't sell well because people wanted that metallic cartridge firing gun. So they took these back in and finished them out with an alteration to fire a metallic cartridge. So collectors like that original configuration firing percussion. And remember, we talked about Colt being you can have it your way. They would sell you just the gun, but if you had enough money, they would sell you the entire set. And this one is in the original case. It's very well marked, real pretty, longer barrel. People like the longer barrel. It's got the patriotic flask. It's got the box the wooden box with the paper wrapper for holding the cartridges. It's got some of the original bullets and the Colt bullet mold. So it's got everything that you want to see in a case set. Both of these are available as of the time that I'm recording this on ShilohRelics.com. These are a gun that I buy all of them that I can find that have a little bit of money left in them, because not only do they sell, I like them. And I like a lot of things, and this is one of them because it's a distinctive gun. And it's one that you just don't see as often, and they're very well made. They always sell. And if you're a relic dealer, they're kind of like one of the blue chip stocks for a stockbroker. I hope that you guys are doing well. Sometimes I wonder what I'm going to say at the end of the video, because most of the time I don't know until I start it. Sometimes I do, and you can probably tell that I don't plan much of this stuff at all. But I want to encourage you guys to do one thing. I want you to say hi to somebody. It's such a simple thing, and it's something that it doesn't take any effort at all. But say hi to somebody, and if you've got somebody in your life that means a lot to you, just say, is there anything I can do that would make your life better? And that's a phrase that I know I use it enough that my daughters don't like it when I say it, because they don't think I mean it. But I ask them all the time, what can I do that would make your life better? And it's a very, very simple question. And most of the time the answer is nothing. But when they do say there's something that would help them, I try it because I want things to be better for all of us. So try that. Just say, is there anything that I could do that would make your life better? And you'll be surprised. People don't expect it, because most people never care about what's happening in somebody else's life until it affects them. So give it a try and just say, is there anything I can do that would make your life better? Because you'll be surprised the response it gets. And the next time you see that person, they'll remember that you actually cared enough to ask. And that's something most folks don't do. And I'm very fortunate to have the friends I've got, and hopefully all of y'all know that I care about you and that I do ask, because I do care. And if the last words you hear out of my mouth are I love you, I'm okay with that. I hope you guys are healthy. I hope you're safe. I hope you're moving forward. I hope you remember to tell those that you love them. And I'll catch you next time. And I love you.